On Saturday the 17th of February, somebody reported that they heard shots being fired in the bird sanctuary in the nesting area that went on for 2 hours. They reported it to Crime Stoppers, tried to get hold of the game warden without success, so nothing was done at the time. This is the first opportunity we've had to come looking for any evidence, and this is what we've found. But if I can come inside here and find this, my question is, why can the authorities not come? Why is it when somebody calls and reports shooting, there is no immediate response? Minister Ramrat, while I appreciate your efforts to date in announcing an increase in fines and possible imprisonment, this has yet to become law, and there appears to be no sense of urgency on the part of the EMA or government. The EMA asked for submissions for their mandatory 30-day period for public consultation by September 29, 2017, almost 6 months ago. Like many others, I'm mystified as to why we need the EMA to declare the Scarlet Ibis an ESS and to declare the Winston Nanan Caroni Bird Sanctuary an ESA. The sanctuary was designated a Ramsar Site of International Importance in 1993 and is a prohibited area under the Forestry Act. Why do we have to wait for another layer of bureaucracy before change in enforcement can take place? There's an ESS to protect the turtles in our waters, and they're still being poached. Without constant enforcement, an ESS is useless. On another kayaking trip in November last year, I turned away a boatload of very drunk men who were playing very loud music as they headed into the sanctuary and were shouting at me to get out of their way. One of the men, who I think is a game warden, claimed to have permission to enter the sanctuary. I reported the matter to the patrol that turned up some 2 hours later. Too little, too late. Government has a cross-party decision to make. Either we protect our wildlife or we pander to the hunters. It is clear we cannot do both. Either we permanently implement a sustained wildlife education plan in our schools' curriculum from kindergarten up, so that as the current generation of hunters and wild meat eaters die out, they're replaced by citizens who care about conservation, will claim this country as their own, and will stand up and speak out, or we continue to do nothing. In the last few weeks, there have been reports in the media about the killing and eating of monkeys, and just a few days ago, a man was shot and wounded by a 14-year-old boy in an argument over an iguana that was poached outside of the hunting season. Are they going to be prosecuted for poaching, or has the evidence been eaten? It has been 6 months since the last video I did on the poaching of our national bird. Since then, Town Talk says that the 3 poachers who were arrested over that incident were released without charge when the matter went to court. Town Talk says the poachers have friends and the evidence was lost. Is this true? We seem unable to deal with a small minority of selfish people who believe our national bird is there for them to make money. Town Talk says the police know who they are. They raided them and found nothing. Town Talk says the police need to search the freezers of the friends and families. Minister, it's time you give the nation a truth update so we don't have to listen to Town Talk. The flamingos are back. They are another tourist attraction. Last year, you said you could not protect them because they were not on the protected species list. And in just one devastating, bloodthirsty Saturday night, the birds in this photograph were wiped out. You can protect them. The hunting season is closed. They are in the sanctuary. Everything in the sanctuary is protected. You can protect the sanctuary and enforce the hunting laws. We chose the Scarlet Ibis to be our national bird. They have not chosen us. At this time of year, they are starting to go inside to nest. If we allow them to be driven out of their nesting grounds, they may never come back, and we'll be making international news as the country that wiped out its own national bird. It is up to government to protect the Scarlet Ibis, and the government is not the EMA. Let me leave you with a quote from Richard French, where he referred to the beautiful sight of the Scarlet Ibis coming to roost. He said, "It is an unforgettable sight, rivaling for sheer spectacle the mass movement of any other species in the world." We must protect them.